We are live and the recording is started.
Thank you. Namaskar, good evening, and welcome to the inaugural event of TEMS chapter IEEE Pune section, Technology and Engineering Management Society. I, Dimple Pal, and Smita Taipale will be your host for the event today. We are part of Analytics and Insight Unit, TCS.
Our TEMS chapter is formed with focus on the management sciences and practices required for defining, implementing, managing, and engineering and technologies. Membership includes access to multiple periodics, resource center, discounts on conferences and events, and networking opportunities. Human behavior and the socio-economic impact of engineering and technology management. Before we start, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been curious about latest technology and how it is changing our lifestyle?
Defined topics of interest are not limited to policy development, assessment and transfer, research, product, design and development, manufacturing operations, innovation, entrepreneurship, strategy, education, and training. I'm sure we all have experienced the large change, especially during this pandemic. So we thought to fetch you with a different answers to most of your curiosity. But what does that have to do with our episode? So to know, let's start with the event by inviting Dr. Rajashree Jain, Vice Chair IEEE Pune, for opening remarks. Over to you, Rajashree ma'am.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, Rajashree ma'am, you're audible.
Thank
Please
you
go
so
ahead.
much. Thank you, Dimple. Thank you, everybody, for being here and giving me this opportunity to speak on this auspicious occasion of inauguration of a very interdisciplinary chapter under IEEE's umbrella, which is IEEE Technology, Engineering and Management Society. So, this chapter being one of the oldest chapter, earlier known as EMC, Engineering Management Society, then later on was called as a Technology Management Council. But since 2015, I can see the society has been transitioned to be called as with the current name, that is Technology and Engineering Management Society. So this is such an important aspect of engineering and technology, because that is where I think most of the engineers dream to be, though being from engineering, at the end of it, they would like to be managers sometime. And managing is one of the inherent qualities of individuals. So how do we manage technology and engineering? So these focus areas are of quite great importance to all of us. So basically it encompasses all the management sciences and practices required for defining, implementing and managing both engineering and technology. That's the major focus area. So then why did we start this particular chapter under Pune? So when we did a self-analysis kind of thing, then we found, like Pune is a multidisciplinary city, industry-based city, which has R&D institutes in STEM, arts, culture, management, and other allied areas, industries from manufacturing, retail to IT and ITES kind of thing. And it is also considered as an educational hub. So, and it is also considered to be one of what is it called? A city considered for better startup and its ecosystem. So, and it is very near to the commercial capital of India. So, but then that means you have a mix of scientists, engineers, artists, technologists, and then from all strata of the management, from level 1 to the highest level in the management area. So why not serve these people? So when we see IEEE as an umbrella term, then we find we have 52 different society chapters, technology chapters. So most of them cater to their respective areas. For example, if it is antennas and propagation, or it is computer society, or it could be power and electronics or electricals. So these all cater to our respective, whereas this is one such chapter which is interdisciplinary. So therefore, so this was what we thought to serve the unserved members, or to make potential members in these areas. Why not think of starting this chapter, was our idea when we wanted to apply. So then we applied. We are, for starting any of the IEEE chapter, we need active member base already within the section. So our section is Girish sir and Prashant might talk about it. So we do have a good presence of professional members, and we found like we have enough members to apply for this particular chapter under Pune section's umbrella. So we applied a couple of times, and we were successful in getting its approval on 26th of July 2021. So, and here we are with its opening and then inauguration today. So it's my privilege to speak and provide this information to all of you present, one and all here. So there are, as already the anchors of the day, Smita and Dimple, mentioned about the curiosity and engineering and technology integration. So we definitely are looking forward for those kind of activities. There are a huge line of activities lined up. We will discuss about all of them. I once again congratulate IEEE Pune section in having this chapter under its umbrella. And I would also like to congratulate the organizing team for having going ahead and inaugurating this today, this evening. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I wish all the success in its future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajashree ma'am, for that brief opening remarks. Now we request Mr. Prashant Joshi sir, Chair, TEMS Chapter IEEE Pune, to share his view with us.
Hello, everybody. Very good evening in Pune. I think at least from my office, this is a fantastic weather as well, and I hope subsequent meetings will be able to even have this in person. That's what I look forward to after about a year and a half worth of all the work that we have been doing electronically. However, I think while I look at that and look at a background of what I come from, in fact, the technology and engineering management society in Pune, I think is a fantastic opportunity. I was part of what was known as TMC of this in Bangalore, where I worked with the execcom there, and we had a fantastic run in Bangalore in the mid 2000. And this chapter really allows a very crucial function of technology and engineering management to be across the board. I think it's a really an cementing chapter, if I may call it. It's like if each of these various other activities are pillars within the IEEE, what cements them together is a chapter like TEMS, and allows value creation in a very different way. And in fact, management sciences have been part of IEEE for a very long time, for numerous decades now. And I strongly believe that this chapter opening with the core interest that is shown by some of the senior members who have been taking the entire IEEE section forward in Pune, I think that really paves the way to having not only activities, but also imparting that level of knowledge to a city where I think you see a lot of technology happening today, a lot of engineering happening, a lot of innovation and product development happening. And from a position of a chair, which I believe is bestowed by all the confidence that the current team has in me, I think it's a great opportunity to bring in the experience from the Bangalore TMC, or now TEMS, to our Pune chapter, allowing activities and events which will connect this interdisciplinary area of technology and engineering management across various, not only chapters, but bringing in academia and industry together. It's a very humble and a small beginning. I strongly believe as an inaugural team of about 20-25 people, this would form the seed team for us to take things forward. And the success of the chapter really is going to be in terms of making sure that we are able to bring in great managers and leaders, bringing in facets related to leadership, innovation, uh, technology, and team management. Uh, Phenomenal activities that really make a difference into various sectors like maybe innovation, R&D, manufacturing, and the like across a lot of sectors. And Pune is a fantastic place. It is an industrial hub. It is an educational hub. In fact, a hub of many things. And I strongly believe that this inaugural event, very carefully and enthusiastically crafted by the student chapter as well as by the eminent personalities, I think we have a great chance of making this entirely successful. And congratulations to everyone who have been part of this, and also looking forward to everyone's contribution who would like to take this forward. So with that, I'll close and give it back to the event managers for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant sir. That definitely sounds interesting to know more about TEMS activities that are forthcoming. Now we request Girish sir, who is the Vice Chair for IEEE Pune, to announce the formation of TEMS chapter and release TEMS Pune website. Welcome, Girish sir.
Presentation.
Dimple, I just wanted to add here. Girish sir is chairman for IEEE Pune section.
Yeah, I jumped from vice chair to chair with all your blessings couple of years back. And yeah, good. Thank you, madam, for correcting it. So basically, you both, Prashant sir and Rajashree madam, made my life a lot easier by explaining what TEMS is and what the roadmap ahead all of us. So basically, without spending much time explaining what technology and engineering management is, but I completely agree with Prashant that it is like there are many verticals in Pune section. There are chapters, like almost more than 10 chapters. So they are all working in silos and in their own areas of technology. And what was lacking is like, as Prashant rightly mentioned, cementing those chapters. There are special interest groups in Pune section, then there are affinity groups, then there are membership development activity, then industry interaction activities, and those 10 plus, sorry, there is power. There's no power here, so I will switch off my video. So basically, what I was trying to say is that we definitely is needing something to cement those chapters and bind those chapters together, bind those technical activities together. And I think technology and engineering management will certainly play a major role in taking such initiative forward, because we all are currently we all are working at our chapter level, society chapters levels, and then they are at times I feel that we are working in silos. So basically, to bridge that gap, I guess TEMS will play a major role. A little quickly, being a chair of IEEE Pune section, so I really would like to quickly take you through the section and how, when it was established and where are we currently. So IEEE Pune section was established on June 26, as we all know, 2010. So almost a decade back, with terrestrial boundaries confined to Pune metropolitan city, like postal code from 4110012 to 411999. The section falls under the jurisdiction of Asia Pacific region, that is region 10, which is of IEEE. And prior to that, it was the subsection of IEEE Bombay section from June 2003 till its formation. So at present, the Pune section has more than 300 professional members and over 1100 other members, including student members. And there are 19 IEEE student branches in different engineering as well as management colleges in and around Pune city. And that is where this chapter will bring immense value, because we have members from industry, we have members from student community, we have members from research organizations, we have members from engineering staff are also members of our section. So to bind them together, to take them forward on various activities together, I think TEMS is the right choice, I must say. So IEEE Pune section serves as a larger community that houses IEEE members from all the colleges at Pune, which have IEEE student branches at their institutes. So as I mentioned, there are 19 of them, and we are growing really fast. So just last week, I inaugurated one at World Peace University. It was there earlier with College of Engineering, COE, but now since it becomes a university, we started this new student branch there. And there are few requests coming my way, so I will soon be inaugurating few more student branches. So that's where we are at Pune section. It has several chapters, such as I mentioned, there are 10 plus chapters. So communication chapter, computer education, instrumentation and measurement, power and energy, then industry applications, then signal processing, antenna propagation, electromagnetic compatibility, microwave theory and techniques, and a few more chapters are there. Then there are special interest groups like affordable agriculture and healthcare. It also has various special activity groups, as I mentioned, and then awards committees there, student activities, conference activity, industry relations, healthcare, and membership development website and newsletter activities are some of the activities that are there in Pune section. And then the section is growing really, really fast and at such a great speed that we all are taking this section from strength to strength. Okay, what I really like about TEMS, the tagline, which I was just reading on internet, that leaders enabling projects and services success for good is the tagline of TEMS. And I guess we will certainly be working and fulfilling. Then some of the values of technology and engineering management, what I read from the website is like helping IEEE members to maintain essential engineering management skills, then supporting the leadership career path of IEEE members, and fostering activity, knowledge transfer between the academic and practicing communities. Okay, and the mission of technology engineering management at society level to advance, enhance, and improve essential management and leadership knowledge and skills of IEEE members. So very, very important chapter, I must say, and I'm very confident with the with Prashant's leadership and his team, Srini, and all the office bearers of the chapter, and then entire team of TEMS chapter. So I'm very confident. And then this "and" word is very important between technology and engineering, because most of the projects fail because the focus is majority focus is either on technology or on engineering. But I think this chapter will bring that balance in various projects and make them successful. So with that, I congratulate once again Prashant and his team and the entire chapter with all the activities around the clock, around the year, and whatever help is required from section, we will go all out and help TEMS to become successful. Okay, so with that, let me pass it on to our organizers to take it forward. And I really would like to announce that this chapter is inaugurated now. I think that is one of the tasks given to me. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Girish sir. Humble apologies for my incorrect.
No, that's fine.
Thank you. So now that you have pronounced inauguration, thank you so much. And I would also like to, share with you that we should appreciate the work done by student section, IEEE TEMS student section. They have created the website within 2 days.
Wow.
So kudos to the team,
Yes.
Ayush and Ayushi, who's done the wonderful job in only 2 days.
Wonderful.
Over to you, Smita.
Yeah. Excellent.
It's really fast track work done by the team. I think it's just awesome.
Yes, they've done awesome.
Really fast track. Awesome work.
Smita, you can unmute yourself.
So thank you, Girish sir, for inaugurating the TEMS chapter website and giving your thought process to the audience.
Mika, can we release the website also? Can we show it? I would request Vaikun to share the website. So it is still under making, but I think they have the required ingredients already up. Thank you, team, for all the support, and thank you to my student team also, who could make it in a very short time, I would say. So thanks for your efforts and congratulations. It has come up nicely.
Excellent. Wonderful job, team. Okay, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you, sir. So the most awaited second part of today's webinar, we all are very eager to know what is the real worth of technology and the significance of TEMS, so that in times, so it's the time that we introduce our guest speaker for today. Shrini Kulkarni, he's Vice Chair, TEMS Chapter, IEEE Pune. Shrini sir is an MS in Computer Science. He spent the first 20 formative years of his career with TCS. 10 of them at TRDDC. Shrini sir has led several high-profile strategic initiatives around digital transformation, emerging technology adoption, innovation management, and technology planning. Over last 12 years, he has been an independent consultant to a clientele in India, the UK, Brazil, and South Africa. He's also been mentoring startups in products engineering and go-to-market strategy. Welcome, Srini, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that introduction. First of all, thank you for offering me the privilege of speaking at the inaugural event of our chapter. And I must commend and congratulate the team for having put together everything that was needed to get our chapter going in such a short time. Congratulations, everyone. Great job. This here is giving an outline of what I intended to share today. And as Prashant said, TEMS, or Technology and Engineering Management, is actually that cement which holds all the disciplines, other disciplines together. I always have thought of this aspect as a horizontal which holds all the verticals together and make them deliver the benefits that everybody expects of them. So on that note, I would like to share a sort of outline of my presentation. Can I have screen sharing permission, please? It so happens that a good part of my career has been, in fact, devoted to this aspect of how is it that we leverage all the exciting technologies that are coming up. How is it that large enterprises who have already invested in the then current technologies then move forward and embrace the new? How is it that new technologies are made relevant and meaningful? This is a fairly involved topic, which today I would be just covering at a very high level. Screen sharing, please. Can I have that?
Samiksha, can we help him?
Can somebody give me screen sharing permission, please? The host.
Samiksha Vaikunth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I've got it now. Yes, thank you very much. So, what I wanted to share is here. We are talking about, so what is the real worth of technology? Any new technology that is brought out has certain expectations around it. And are we really able to deliver the value that is expected out of that? So let's take a quick look at how this thing seems to go about. Innovations and ideas. These are at the foundation of any new technology, and they are great. We need them for every new technology that comes forward. But is that all that is required? No. They are great only if they translate to solutions that go to market and make a difference. Only then are they of any use. A fairly obvious thing. And the reality around this, I may be stating the obvious, but intending to emphasize this here, is that when we talk about the innovation funnel, barely 10% of what sets out as an innovation initiative makes it to see the light of day. Interestingly, another statistic that I would like to share here is we say 1 in 10, but if we look at the data available from the patent office and then see how many patents that are awarded eventually make it into a product that sees the market, it is actually closer to 1 in 3,000. So a lot of the work that people put in developing new technologies never sees the light of day. And this applies to all kinds of research or R&D initiatives, whether it is the skunk works kind of initiatives or sponsored R&D where there is already somebody awaiting the result so that they can put it into a product. And this has played out in a couple of different ways. And that is the desire to qualify new development initiatives, the desire to plan new initiatives, and the desire to measure what is the outcome. But this has often played out in two different ways. It has either resulted in people playing very safe, not wanting to be seen as not producing results, initiatives therefore being very, very conservative, which fails to produce results. So there is a fine balance required there. And that means we require early ideation, testing, launch of early prototypes, and most importantly, fail early if you really must. We don't want to spend a lot of effort and then say, oh, you know what, it doesn't work. And then we go to taking steps to protecting our IP. And then there is the requirement to develop that idea, design a solution around that, and then disseminate and deploy that. Interestingly, in my introduction, it was said that I spent a good deal of time at TRDDC. So our friends from TCS would be aware of this. TRDDC is the Tata Research, Development and Design Center, where the focus has always been on not just developing new ideas, but making them usable in real life situations. I talked about the challenges very briefly around innovation, because that is the fountainhead of all new technology. But let's say we get all that done, and now we have a technology. What does that mean? What does this really deliver to us in real terms? Really, not much if its potential is not realized, because a great technology by itself is purely of academic interest. But it can deliver a whole lot more if right from the beginning, right from the conceptualization stage, the applications and use cases have been thought through. And this applies even in the case of disruptive ideas. Very often, this is where there is a lot of lack of direction, because somebody has got this disruptive idea and we are so excited about the wonderful things that it can deliver that we never pause to think of what the use cases will be in real life. And that can be the downfall of a great idea. Maybe on another occasion, when we have a occasion to delve deeper into this, we can talk about that. The next thing is to make sure that all potential stakeholders are engaged throughout the life cycle of developing a new technology right from the initial stages. Now, this brings up a very interesting side thought, and that is software engineering, as we have been practicing, actually learned a lot from concurrent engineering, which was practiced in the manufacturing industry, especially the aeronautical and automotive industry. And I mentioned that simply to emphasize the point that was made earlier, that technology and engineering management is an interdisciplinary thing which cuts right across technologies and across verticals and industries, actually. It is also important to identify very early the potential alpha, beta users, and early adopters. Most of the successful technologies have ensured that they had this community working closely with them right throughout the life cycle. Then the next challenge is that of induction of technology. Anything that is new, if it is a totally path-breaking, revolutionary, disruptive technology, that's a different matter. But otherwise, it will have to coexist and integrate with what the users already have. And then we have to have a clear path for transitioning from that legacy to what the new technology is offering. This, once again, is a very common pitfall where a transition fails because we are so excited about the new technology that we forget to carry the potential users with us. And that brings me to the point that the early adopters are very key to the successful deployment of a new technology. We cannot overlook the processes that are followed in an industry. At the same time, we must never ever forget the people, because once again, a new technology requires new processes, new skills. And if we ignore to reskill our people to work with these new technologies, it can be a bit of a challenge. We must, of course, then prepare to scale up. Again, another pitfall, because many technologies we find are very successful in a small community, but are unable to scale up. And what held the promise of a breakthrough doesn't really happen. And that brings us to saying that a lot of the real life solutions would actually end up being a combination of technologies, the legacy technologies and the emerging technologies. And doing that a combination of multiple technologies can actually have a very significant multiplier effect. Then again, such solutions which integrate multiple technologies can be complex to build, and their benefits are sometimes hard to comprehend. And this is where everything that we have talked about in terms of the engineering discipline, including the various points that I mentioned earlier, need to be managed to deliver that value. And this is where one can benefit by the use of metrics. Once again, the definition and monitoring of the right kind of metrics is very important, but that's yet another topic which I wouldn't want to go into too much detail today. The next obvious statement is that technologies evolve very rapidly. These days, the time window that is available to leverage a technology is very short. That means that we have to have a continuous over the horizon visioning to see what is happening today, what is the reason that some of the technologies have succeeded, and perhaps equally, if not more important, what is the reason some of the things failed? Carry out pilots, sandbox the pilots to take care of the risks of failure, and keep harnessing, keep integrating newer possibilities as they emerge. Now, as new technologies evolve rapidly, managing their application and deployment is key to realizing their value. Otherwise, as the history of our industry tells us, a lot of promising initiatives have failed because the challenges around inducting new technology, developing new technology, and building success stories did not get managed properly. And I feel that even though I have taken a very narrow slice of what technology and engineering management is all about, what TEMS is all about, this is a very significant aspect, because the way I would like to put forth this notion is technology vis-a-vis engineering gives us a view of product vis-a-vis process. The engineering is talking about not just how to develop a new technology, how to continuously improve a new technology, but also how to integrate these new technologies as they are coming into viable solutions. And then take that experience, feed it back into the product development lifecycle, come up with a better, improved new generation technology, if you like. Now, we've been talking all along about technology, engineering, products. What about services? Well, actually, it's the same story over there as well. Because the service that somebody may be offering, let us say the software development services, if you like, they too are nothing but a manifestation of this product and process view of the world. And the significant thing that I would like to highlight is even in the delivery of services, the focus has to be on outcomes. Outcomes that are measured, measurements that can then demonstrate the value being delivered to the end user or the customer. We keep talking about value. I've been, using the term realizing the value of a technology repeatedly. What is the kind of value that we are talking about? Obviously, the value that we are talking about is something which delivers a tangible benefit, expected and more, to a user. But I would like to share by paraphrasing something that was said by J.R.D. Tata at the time of inaugurating TREDC way back in 1981. His advice to the young scientists gathered on the occasion at TREDC was, do something that benefits our country, our society, and the people of our country. If you can't do that, at least do something that furthers your profession and adds value to your profession. And then he said, if even that cannot be done, at least do something that makes money for the company. So those are the different perspectives on value. That is one view of, as I said, a very narrow slice of what technology and engineering management is all about. And with that, I would be happy to take questions if there are any.
So Srini sir, we are just checking for questions.
Certainly, I'm open to questions now.
Srini sir, students are asking, what are your guidance for the students who are looking out for, career in new technologies? What do you feel they should be doing?
Okay, that's a loaded question, but let me share my views on that. Students in technology would basically be looking at developing expertise, building a career in any given technology. And you need to, first of all, build capabilities in whatever technology you choose to build your career in. And I would not place too much emphasis on what label that area carries. For instance, today we are talking about anything from AI to ML to blockchains and cryptos and anything. But these are things which will evolve over time. Therefore, the focus has to be, yes, one must build expertise in one of these areas, but one must learn to think of these as nothing more than building blocks, which you look at a meta level, so that as new blocks become available in the future, you are able to use them as well. So it is, I'm trying to differentiate being specialized, highly specialized, going in depth in a certain area, which certainly one must do, but then going beyond that and being able to relate to the other things that are happening around us as well. Now that is in the beginning of the career, and eventually one has to be able to manage across the different slices of specialization. This is again a contrasting thing where somebody may choose to go very deep in the chosen technology and be a specialist there. On the other hand, one can be a specialist in some, but be a generalist, because that generalist is the kind of capability that would be needed to integrate real life solutions which embrace multiple technologies.
Thank you, Shrini sir. There's one more question from from an anonymous participant. Now he's a professional and he seeks your advice, as we see that the technology is advanced too much in last 1 to 2 years, and we are home-based working. What is your suggestion how we could cope up with this technology shift altogether?
As I said, the technology shift today is a continuous process. In fact, it has been a continuous process for decades now. It's only that the pace of that change has accelerated. And yes, you are right. As I said earlier, the window of opportunity available to leverage something new is getting smaller and smaller. And I would like to refer back to what I said in response to the earlier question, that if you limit yourself to one technology and one technology alone, you obviously carry the risk that your skill set can become obsolete very quickly. Therefore, the key is to, as I said, keep looking over the horizon. What is the new thing happening? And the new technologies that are emerging, that are coming over the horizon, be aware of them, build skills in them, not one of them, because that may not be the one which will succeed, but as I said, a class of skill sets. That is the only way that I know of. And as I said, my emphasis, because of maybe my involvement in this kind of an interdisciplinary work, has been to look at multiple technologies and how they work together and not focus on just one. I don't know if that answers the question, but that is how I would look at it.
Thank you, sir. That certainly does. I'm sure we all professionals would look forward to do and upgrade ourselves with new technologies and try to work on it. Thank you so much. That was kind. Smita, over to you. Smita.
Thanks, Dimple. Thank you, Shrini sir. It was a very informative session. And as you quote for JRD Tata, we will also look at contributing at our ends. Always, even in small bits and pieces. Uh, so I would take this session forward and call upon Dr. Neha Sharma, Secretary IEEE Pune section and TEMS chapter to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thanks, Smita. Wow, what a session to start our activities with. Very, very interesting. Let me start by thanking Srini for taking out his time and sharing with all of us the real worth of technology. You very beautifully covered how innovative ideas can be translated into solution that actually carries a market value. Technology can offer us tremendous benefits, values, if we understand its true potential, and it can have a multiplier effect if integrated with other technology. Thanks, Shrini, for sharing all of this, which can be taken as a guiding principle for TEMS chapter, Pune section. Please accept a small token of gratitude from all of us.
Thank you. Thank you. Much appreciated. And all I would like to say is that I'm really looking forward to the activities that I can see happening under the auspices of our chapter. And as many of you have said, we have such a sizable student community, professional community, and industrial ecosystem that I can see that we will have some exciting times in the future. Thank you very much.
Guidance will always be needed, at every step. Thank you so much. Now I would like to thank Girish Khilari sir for always guiding us in right direction and providing his unconditional support for all our initiatives. Sir, please accept our virtual token of gratitude and appreciation.
Thank you so much, Neha madam. Yeah, it's my pleasure. Okay, and as a team, we will do wonders. I'm pretty sure. Thank you so much.
I would also like to thank Prashant Joshi and Dr. Rajashree for sharing their ideas, experiences, and always leading from front. We are all excited to work with both of you and cementing with other specialization, Prashant and Rajashree ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Special thanks to TEMS core team, which comprise of professionals and student members for displaying exemplary enthusiasm and perfection as well as speed in putting everything together for this event. Finally, I would like to thank all our participants whose presence is very important for all of us. We expect their continuous support in future as well. Thank you all. But before we conclude and close, let me share about the upcoming events. I'm happy to inform you that our first event itself, in its first year, in fact, we are organizing Global TEMS Conference, TEMS Met 2021 in December. You all can submit your research contribution to this conference and get an opportunity to present it before esteemed panel. And if you feel that you need any guidance towards writing any research paper or you need any help, you can reach out to any one of us. We will be more than happy to help you all. And besides this, we are planning with many workshops, hackathons, seminars, and we will be continuously updating you on that. Thank you so much. Keep in touch and please wait for our updates from our side. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dimple. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Neha. That was interesting. So dear participants, the feedback link has been shared on the chat box. Kindly update it. The certificates will be shared with you post that. So make sure you do not forget to fill up those feedback forms. Okay. So I hope we all had a great learning today. Also, as Dr. Neha, Girish sir and Shrini sir said that we will be hosting many more such knowledge-packed session in future. I, with my colleague, co-host Smita, will be closing this session. Till then, stay safe. Have a great day. Goodbye.
Dimple, I just would like to interrupt. So can we all switch on our cameras and take a screenshot? So
yes, sure,
can we
sure.
also, like if Samiksha is there, can you make, because it is a small participant list I can see, if you could make all of them panelists, all of them can open their camera. Is it possible?
Samiksha?
Yes, ma'am, I can make them on list.
And switch on your cameras also, boys and girls, please.
Yes,
Come
yes.
on.
And students, you had put up your volunteer slide, but I think you missed showing it. But anyway, we appreciate your efforts. Thank you so much for helping us.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's great. Rajashree ma'am, I would request you to tilt your camera a little bit.
Okay, okay.
Amazing. I think that's perfect.
All others can also please open your cameras. Participants, all of you are now panelists.
I still cannot bring in Smita, ma'am.
So because maybe I think she has joined using a different phone or probably browser.
Yes.
Did you capture both? Who is capturing, by the way? Please say something on count of.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So Takshi, Saurav, why are you not coming on camera?
पता नहीं कहाँ पर है?
Ma'am, my laptop doesn't have a camera, ma'am.
Okay.
Same for me, ma'am.
That's good.
Amazing.
It's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all. Good
Thank
night.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Ma'am,
everyone.
it's been
Yeah,
a
good night,
wonderful
everybody.
session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks all. Bye.